Hold on. There you go. We're live.
We're live, baby.
Welcome back to the Adapt Collective. I am joined by my host, Peter Batia.
That's right.
And we are your go-to gym show. We are brought to you today by Noco, carbonated drink.
Yeah.
And LMNT.
Stay salty.
Stay salty, my friend.
This is episode 4.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
4.
I'm going to stop counting eventually.
No, 4.
Yeah,
we're on a roll.
We can't keep a running count. We are off to a roll.
Man, I should have come back on episode 5. That's my lucky number, bro. You should have told me.
We are, as promised, we are joined today by a colleague and our first guest.
That's right.
Yeah, Mr. Jorge Sanchez.
Let's go.
Scooby.
Let's do it.
Otherwise,
thank you very much, gentlemen.
One of the creators of what is now Adapt. And we're going to get into a little bit about how the company started, where he started, his fitness journey. I'm actually really excited to get into this. It's going to be, we got to give him a little bit of time. It's going to be a lengthy, he's an OG in the fitness industry around here.
Lots of knowledge.
Yeah. Peter, anything, you started working with George, what was it?
2017 or 2018, something like that.
Yeah.
And you're already working with Scoob already.
Yeah, but I had known George for a
people.
while.
Hold on, for people that don't know George, Scoob, aka Scoob.
Yeah,
Scoob.
Yeah, so people don't know my real name actually.
Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about how that came to be?
How
like your nickname?
Oh, my nickname, dude.
Yeah.
This guy named Frank Rondon. You know, back in the day, we used to hang out by the knee wall, just hang out.
Right.
But I guess my ADHD. Sometimes I was there, sometimes I wasn't, or I'd be hanging out, walking in the mall with everyone, and you look back and you're like, dude, where the hell is this guy?
Where are you?
And then we exactly. We used to be with a group of guys. It's always the same group, 4 or 5 of us. And one day he's like, man, you're always disappearing on us. Where the hell are you when you page us? Because back in the day we had pagers. When we paid you, it takes you a while to, answer. You know what, dude? And you look like Scooby-Doo. And then the whole crowd at that particular time and moment made an impact. Next thing you know, a couple of days later, I'm walking in school in the hallways. And, hey, man, look at Scooby. And I'm like, oh, I think that's going to stick.
Oh, man.
And I didn't mind it at all. I liked it. Never had a nickname. I had another one, but it was more pertaining to baseball. But I love that name, and that's how it stuck.
Yeah, I mean, it did stick. If you have been anywhere in South Florida and been in a gym in Miami and you heard the name Scooby, this is the guy.
This is the Scoobs.
That's right. So a little history. Why don't you give us a lead in on when you started getting into fitness, and then when you decided to take it on as a career, and just kind of give us the seedlings of how Adapt started.
All right. I'll condense it as much as I could. I mean, I've always been training.
You have time. You have a lot of time.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for number one. Thank you for inviting me on to be the first host, at least on the camera perspective. So yeah, I'm humbled. Sure. I'm honored. Sure. I hope everything comes out right.
He came up to us. He's like, yo, I heard you guys are starting a show. I better be the first guest. I'm like, okay, well, there we go.
I didn't think it was you guys were going to hold it.
It can't come out
I saw it on my calendar. I was like, this thing's happening.
I made it official. Okay.
Great.
Yeah, but you have time. You could break it down however you want.
Yeah.
You could go all over.
Perfect. Just kind of like my brain, right? So I've always trained. I've always liked training. I've always been in sports, so it leads to that, and it's comparable. I really started training a little bit harder, like right in midway through high school and junior and senior year, when I started seeing the work that I was putting in translate into the sport, whether it be baseball or football. And I was like, oh, wow, I can actually get a little better and try to beat the talented guys.
What was your favorite sport in high school?
Favorite sport?
Well, the one, yeah. What sports did you play in high school?
Baseball and football. And believe it or not, I played badminton because they were cutting back on varsity sports. So in order for you to continue to be in varsity sports of the year, you actually needed to be in a sport within the season.
What school was this?
Wait,
So the first
school,
best school, the first school. Well, I know what school you went to. We're alumni from there. I graduated there, but subsequently I went to Miami Jackson Senior High for my junior and some of my sophomore year. My parents moved near the Gables, not in the Gables, near the Gables, and decided to go to that school, Coral Gables Senior High School. And
go Cavs.
Like I said, subsequently I graduated from Coral Gables Senior High. Go Cavs.
Go Cavs.
And then that's how it started. So baseball, football, training. And then I was always training, man. I like training. It relieved a lot of my anger issues, a lot of my stress. I needed to escape. Unfortunately, I had some, family matters, and I didn't know how to cope. And training in the weight room was my escape. Huge escape is where most people are like, oh, man, you're shooting up. I'm like, no, man, there's a lot of hate and anger here. And I can just go to just go to failure. Well, basically,
it gives people discipline.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, it definitely got me kept me out of trouble.
Yeah, and outlet.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
So when it started turning into like, hey, I'm gonna start doing this for capital or money. I was already doing some sort of like superintendent work and project manager / and then this was my part time. I would have maybe 1 or 2 clients to personal training. And I was just doing it for gas money and stuff like that. I didn't even think anything of it. I was not even certified. But some guys are like, hey, man, I want to do what you're doing. I'm like, all right, cool, man. I show up to the gym at this time. If you show up and I'm here, we go. But we're not going to schedule anything.
Right.
Let's go. It became, my workout partner and buddies or whatever. Then the economy started crashing, got released from work, from my job. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to give this a shot. I would always see trainers and just certified trainers like making it, but they weren't hungry. At least I would see like, man, they're just getting by, making ends meet. And I'm like, I don't think there's money in this. But once I started doing it and I saw the possibilities and the opportunity, I was like, dude, they're just not hungry. And then one coach, I started at let me go back. I started at first I got to start somewhere. Right. So I got a job. A buddy of mine, he passed away, Ruben Perez. He said, hey, listen, you don't have a job? I got a job at a gym. I'm like, all right, I'm going to start there. $7.50, $8 an hour, something like that, which was okay money back then. So worked the front desk, learned the ropes at the front desk, learned sales about the front desk and anything that has to do with the, the system on organization and as far as, how tier systems in sales as well. So from there, within 3 or 4 months, I said, you know what, I'm gonna start doing this personal training thing. The owner, Frank Murphy of US One Fitness, he saw I was just reading books on personal training and stuff like that. He's like, hey, listen, I'll pay for your certifications. You pay me back when you can, but we're gonna do a percentage. I'm like, deal.
Yeah.
That was me starting work May, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. I was already killing it with clients. I think I had about 13 clients.
Damn.
10 to 13 clients, because they were the clients I was picking up were like 10 p.m., 12 p.m.
Yep.
Or 12 a.m. Like just late night. I'm like, you know what? I'm hungry. I'm gonna do it. Next thing you know, I'm stacked.
Yeah, you can probably.
Yeah.
If you're ambitious and you have good work ethic, you can stack your
days.
The
money, dude. You're going from $7.50 to like, back then $35 to $50 an hour. Like what, dude? I'm rich.
Yeah.
And
you're young at that point. You're probably what, in your
late
20s, 30s?
I'm early 30s, late 20s.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I'm resetting myself because I had just lost a really good lucrative job.
And you're in. It's not your business yet. It's someone else's gym.
Correct.
So you're learning the ins and outs of that.
100%.
Setting the backbone for
which I never had any intention of learning the ins and outs.
Learning operations.
I didn't. I just wanted to get a job, and I was like, you know what? I like to work out. I work at a gym. I have a free membership, and it starts like that. That's how it starts.
Yeah. I think that should almost be like a prerequisite of how trainers start, is learning the operations side, not thinking, like, oh, hey, I want to be a personal trainer. Let's put the curtain up, and thank you for the stage. I'm going to do my thing. Like, not learning the ins and the outs.
There should be a sequel to that. Yeah, there should be something.
I think that ultimately just makes you more invested, right?
Yeah, well, just understanding how a gym runs, I feel, from an operation perspective, actually helps being a trainer. Just because, especially if you're not, you're going, even if it might not be your place per se, but you should still know how to be a good unit in the gym.
That'll definitely be a prerequisite. So if you want to go into the business side of it, or you just want to continue on the personal training, when you meet those crossroads.
Well, it's kind of like how Scoob was saying. It was like, here he was with a bunch of other trainers, and he was asking himself, why aren't these guys like killing it?
Right.
And it was probably because you started where you started, and you were able to kind of see more of a bigger picture, right? And especially here in South Florida, right? Trainers are a dime a dozen. What else is going to set you apart from just the other trainer? Well, the fact that he has good sales, the fact that he has, you can provide other services, whatever the case may be.
So in between all that, then like you said, it's like, I don't know if they were hungry or not, but the opportunities are all there, man. The opportunities were like, okay, now I'm stacked. I can't take on any more clients throughout the day. So what do? You know, I'm at a park training one of my buddies, and people are just running in the park, just doing their own calisthenics, and like, hey, man, you know, is this a class? I'm like, no, I'm just training my buddy, but if you'd like to jump in, you know, I'll charge you nothing. First month is free.
Yep, famous last words. That's when the snowball effect starts happening.
First time is free. It literally started with my buddy because we got kicked out of was LA Fitness. And then, okay, no problem. Hey, you can't coach here, no problem. So we started training in the park, and it started like that. As soon as I got the first person, then you have 2 to 3, and then like, hey, what are you doing here? Hey, the first month is free.
Now you have optics.
And you know you've been around as a trainer when you've been to a park and given out sessions.
Yeah.
Like, all right, cool. I know your resume at this point.
Working out of the trunk of the car.
Yeah, and I'll lead to that in a second. So basically, it starts off with, all right, I got a couple pieces of equipment from the trunk of a car, Honda Civic, and I'll tell you how I was able to afford that. But it's basically, that's how I just got it, like, you know, stacking up where 1 member, 2 member, 3 members are clients. Then next, you know, that park is full. I'm going to start at another park. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go to the city of Miami, and I have a buddy that works down there. I go, listen, man, I want to do something in this park and particular parks. And what's the permit issue like and all that? And he's like, oh, we could do this. We could do that. I'm like, oh, man, that's going to be a little tough to pay for those permits. I'll tell you what. I'll let anybody and everybody from the city of Miami, anyone that has some sort of ID, the city of Miami, they can come work out for free. I have 3 different parks. At that point, I have 3 parks, right? I have Douglas Park. I got Jose Marti and the Alice Wainwright Park, right, in Coconut Grove or Vizcaya. So now they're all showing up as far as clients, but that was my pitch to them. And next you know, I have 3 parks going, still have my clients at the US One Fitness. And that's pretty much, just to sum it up, that's how everything came to be. What's happening with the equipment you were asking from the trunk of a car? How did I afford that car? Someone, oh man, I can't remember her name right now, but it'll come to me. Cherie. She bought a new car, and then I'm like, hey, what are you going to do with your old car? She's like, I don't know. I'm probably going to sell it for, I don't know, $1,500, $1,200. I'm like, I'll give you that in personal training sessions.
Oh, man.
I got you.
And she's like,
good old barter system, baby.
Deal. And next thing you know, I have equipment, buying equipment every time I had a little bit of money, buying equipment, put it in the trunk of the car. I'm telling you, that thing was dragging. The gas tank was dragging on the ground, but I was able to make it to all 3 parks. You know, I was full 4 days a week. 25 to 30 clients in each park, and then
I was going to say the number of people had to have been a lot. You must have participated a lot, right? To get a permit to go to the people of the city.
Well, they started growing where like, okay, you know what? Now this I need to start getting. I already have my regular personal training certification, but this is when like kettlebells and RKC started coming out. Right. So I wanted to get know this kettlebell thing that's coming out. It's coming out of the West Coast. So. I got some rinky-dinky certification out of Doral, and they taught me a little bit, but it wasn't really accurate. Was it accredited?
Now, where are the 2002? Where are we here in timeline on
this? Is 2000, and this is. Oh, wait a minute.
There's the other guy.
Speaking of the other
guy,
that's my business partner. You're gonna have to wait, Scott. You're gonna have to wait. We're live here. So basically, I think we're talking about 2000, and this is after in between the crisis. So 2009, 8, 9, because the crisis started around, people got affected in 8, but I got affected around 2007.
All right.
So 7, 8, 9, 10, that's when all this is going on. And so basically, was able to get 3 parks going, 20 to 30, let's say 20 to 35 clients per park, and I was killing it. Checks. They didn't have any Zelle. They didn't have Cash App.
Oof.
So it was like,
you were going to
I don't want the IRS to chase me, but, you know, I did report a bunch of stuff, but not enough so you can capitalize, right? So.
How would you check everybody in? How would you?
Dude, it was phone, or Nokia or something like that, or BlackBerry.
Paper and pen.
BlackBerry. Remember BlackBerry?
Yes.
Yeah, the bold. They had the BlackBerry bold. And so it's literally the notes. And then that had a reminder in the notes, and then it would say, this person's coming up to there, because not everybody was on the same renewal date.
Oh, no,
So it was friendly reminder. I would send somebody a text message right before they show up to class.
BBM.
Friendly BBM. Let me get your BBM code. Friendly reminder, please, you're coming up to the your payment. So the structure was, if I can remember correctly, it was $35 for the month. That's twice a week. So you go to the park. Then I had
any park.
What's that?
Twice with any park.
Any park. If you wanted several parks, it'll be anywhere between $55 to $70. So if you do all 3 parks, I remember that one for sure. It was $70. So you can go 4 days a week. So you have
Nice.
Tuesday. Oh no, man, it sucked. I remember it was Monday because I hated coming out for Dolphin loss. I didn't want to do shit. So it was Monday.
Nothing has really changed there.
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So 4 days a week. And then that's how that fruition came to be. And next thing you know, this thing called CrossFit, because I went out to the West Coast to get certified, kettlebell. And then I'm seeing people running and like popping their hearts, and I see chicks like killing it. And I'm like, these chicks are throwing weight around. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this thing called CrossFit. So I came back. I literally got a taste of, the mecca of CrossFit. And I came back and I started integrating it. As soon as I found out about that, a buddy of mine had been tweeting that. Oh my God, what's his name? Hamlet Mesa. And he started tweeting about it. And there's this workout happening, and I think it was called, at the time, CrossFit 305. Don't quote me on that one, but I think it was 305. And they were doing something out of a warehouse, like, I don't know, man, 20 by 20. Not even that, dude. And I pull up, and I just see people coming out of the warehouse where they're sweating, breathing heavily, throwing up, and I'm like,
looking
what?
Ripped.
Yeah. I see people doing kipping pull-ups, which I didn't know that was a thing. I just thought pull-ups regular. And I'm like, look at these animals, man. And immediately I got online. I think it was $750 to buy in or deposit for CrossFit to be
affiliate,
a level 1. No, level 1.
Okay.
And then I literally waited a few months, and I think I got certified at BGI, CrossFit BGI up in West Palm. From there, I held that for.
Did I meet you there?
I think we probably met there.
Or passed by.
Scoob, what year is this at this point?
What's that?
What year is it at this point?
What year?
Yeah.
This is probably 2010.
Yeah.
9 or 10.
No, 9.
Yeah.
9 or 10.
Yeah.
Because I have come back from kettlebell and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it had to be around that time.
Like a year before they were doing the sectionals?
Yeah. Yeah. Or the year of the schedule. The year of the section. 2010, I think it was. 2010.
Man.
Still have that shirt. So basically, I get back. I start getting it, dive into this CrossFit thing, and then I'm like, well, now I got to change my strategy, at least on these parks. I got to get a barbell, got to do this, but nothing much. It's just more about, hey, guys, you know what? We're going to do something. We're just going to pop your heart.
How are you going to get that barbell on that Civic?
It was a 5 foot. It was a 5 foot bar. Ooh. It was a 5 foot bar, and it was stuck between, when you have a fishing pole through the window and it rolls to the back seat.
Wow.
That's literally how it went. So I had to drive with the windows down. So if it rained, I'm screwed. But other than that, it worked out. It worked out. That's the barbell situation. But it was one station of barbell, one station of kettlebell, one station with bands, and yada, yada. The approach was different as far as just like high intensity.
Right.
And we're going to go for short periods of time. It wasn't that long. I was still, learning. But that changed the game, and I saw the results from CrossFit, because it was called boot camp before the CrossFit. Right. That's what I was doing at the parks.
Yep.
And everybody knew I had a military background or whatever. And then I was like, oh, man, this guy, he might know what the fuck he's talking about. Half the time I'm like, shit, I'm guessing this motherfucker.
Scoob, and then where does Adapt come into this?
So I'm doing this CrossFit stuff, like, just tentatively. And Scott, my business partner, we were training at the same place. And I see him working out, and we say hi to each other and stuff like that. And then, I'm trying to pull people to get like, hey, man, this workout, this thing called CrossFit coming out of the West Coast. So I run into him and I go, hey, listen, let's do a workout. He goes, man, I see you do all that cardio stuff. I go, no, man, it ain't cardio. I mean, your cardio is included in this, but it's not like what you think. Listen, I'll tell you what do you like to do? He goes, well, I like bench press. I got deadlifts.
This is Scott.
Yeah, it's Scott. And then I'm like, and he's like, okay, I like bench, I like deadlift, and then I like cleans. And I'm like, perfect. Those are the things that I'm going to show you. So I think I forgot the name of that workout. Barbara? No, it's not Barbara. It's it goes descending ladder, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 of bench. I think it was your quarter or half body weight. I can't remember the numbers.
Deadlift
and cleans.
Yeah.
Linda, I think that one. The 3 bars.
Linda was just 2 movements.
No, I don't think that was Linda.
Linda was bench and handstand push-ups.
We'll look it up in the meantime.
Yeah.
We'll look it up in the meantime.
I got you.
Yeah.
So basically that we started with that boom, 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 and it took us, it was supposed to be like, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. It took us about an hour to finish that.
Yeah, let's get the exacts on that number. Let's get the exact percentages on this.
Yeah, I think it's half of something, full of something, and a quarter of something to that extent.
It's not Barbara.
It's not Barbara.
I'll find it.
So
3 bars of death, I think.
Dude, but after we worked out like that, it was like, dude, what the hell was that? I'm like, man, I don't know. I've never done that one either. But it definitely, like, one of those workouts that you're halfway through, you're like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah.
And now you can't back out, right? So that's literally how we met.
And you're jacked after that work. After that one, yeah.
And he knows about my parks and stuff like that, and he started joining in and helping me with the parks. He just wanted to work out like that as well. And lo and behold, he's showing up to the parks. He's helping me unload.
It is Linda. I'm sorry.
Linda.
You stand corrected.
Awesome.
No, you stand corrected.
I stand corrected. Sorry. Which one's the deadlift and handstand push-ups one?
That is Diane.
Diane, that's what you got it. I forgot. All these girls.
Yeah.
Okay. So speaking of that, I think he also had a crush on one of the girls that was going to the gym to these classes. I think he was showing up to that. But either way, both were positive approaches. And then CrossFit. He's like, hey man, let's open up. Let's do this CrossFit thing. We can work out. We can have our own gym. We could, the whole. Imagine if you have your own gym and you can work out whenever you want
in South Florida.
And at that time,
that's the dream, man.
That's the dream. That's the dream.
Yeah.
At the time, I think he was trying to purchase his first home, and I'm like, dude, if I ruin this guy, if this CrossFit thing doesn't work, and I ruin his fucking down payment, and I wasn't doing too well either, dude. So I was like, okay, you know what? I mean, as far as like getting into the house, I think I was trying to better my credit and all that jazz. He's like, hey, let's open up a gym. He couldn't at the time. Our stars were not aligning, so I ventured with some other dudes there, and was able to bring Scott into that. I think, but the name of the CrossFit was Athlete Eagle CrossFit. At that time, you needed to be in a level 1 for a year before you could even apply. I don't know how it is right now. So I ventured with some other guys there, brought Scott in. I go, yo, I need some help here. I mean, I just need some help here. It's not getting the help that I need here.
And that was to pause right there. That's in North Miami.
This is in North Miami.
Yes,
this is North Miami.
Stomping grounds. Like that's we're coming to you from North Miami. So you kept local. Mm-hmm. Yep. Where the parks were how close to Athlete Ego?
The parks were not close to anyone. And now that you mentioned that, before I forget, how do I sell something that doesn't exist, right? To all these clients and all these members. And so basically, the people that I ventured for first was they were putting up the money. At least the renewal process, I was able to get for the initial 100 members to pay me whether check or cash.
Oh, wow.
So I already had reoccurring, right? But they put in the money to get the equipment and stuff like that. So when it was time to get to the table, no, we're going to do 50-50, we're going to do 70-30. I'm like, listen, I'm already bringing you people. Yeah. You guys are just putting the equipment. So that's how it turned out, which I was able to get a piece of paper, man. I won't forget, it was a composition book, and just get their names, how they paid, check number, yada, yada. Hey, where's the gym going to be? I have no fucking clue where the gym is going to be that. But it's going to be central between this park, that park, and this other park. So again, the parks are Coral Gables, City of Miami, right underneath 95 overpass, right by 8th Street. And then we had Vizcaya or Coconut Grove, whatever you want to call that. So it's like Alice Wainwright Park.
Further south.
Right.
Man, now if you tried to get by Vizcaya, I wonder if now if you tried to get 30 people into a park, it would be a nightmare. You wouldn't be able to do it.
Really
the parking there was a little bit tough. It's hard
to do park workouts anymore.
So that's how I was able to get everybody on board. Once we were able to find the location, I found this location. As soon as I saw it, because I had already been to a couple of gyms, they were pretty small, warehouse type. I wanted to get the warehouse type feel, but I already knew that this CrossFit thing was going to take over. So we needed something gigantic. We couldn't do this 2,500 square feet thing. We needed to go big. So we ran into this place that was 14,000 square feet, right off of 134th and 14th Avenue Road. 14th Avenue Road, and 125th, right, in North Miami. We opened it up. Told Scott, hey, come on in with us now that you got your house and everything settled. This is like a year after, and I need some help. While we're doing CrossFit, we're also doing boot camps in there for kind of like entry-level, ramp on. And, us, Scott and I, and the other guys, we're butting heads. They need to stick to all this CrossFit stuff. And what I started noticing was people getting injured. And I'm like, dude, I'm not doing snatches on the on-ramps anymore. I'm not doing keeping pull-ups. If you can't do a regular pull-up, we all know this. If you're in the CrossFit world, we know what started to get people jacked up. And overhead squats, I'm like, that's really difficult. We're not going to do it on the on-ramp. That's going to be later on. And we're going to assess you through the classes. If you can't do it, you're going to change that workout to a front squat or whatever. But I'm not going to teach it. And they had a problem with that. That's not really CrossFit. I'm like, whatever. So Scott and I had a vision of more than CrossFit. That'll be something, because we have boot camps and that was killing it too. But like we gotta do some spinning, we gotta do something else. So Scott and I always had a vision about other things. So
you're catering to to general population.
Correct. We wanted to cater to the general population.
And this is really where I feel it turned into
That's that divide.
Yes, correct. It's
Correct.
at this point in which what we know as Adapt now is really where how it started when
Correct.
it broke off from that.
Correct. So from there, we're like, okay, listen, we started butting heads. Hey, let's just get the hell out of this. We'll leave our baby behind. That was literally our baby. We left it behind. And we move forward. Hey, what's the name going to be? Hey, it's going to be Athletic Development Performance Training. ADAPT. It's an acronym. We're like, we can cater to training. We can performance. We were training some athletes as well. So we're like, that's going to encompass everything that we want. Okay. We found this location not too far from our CrossFit location. And then that's in 2015 at this point. It's been a couple of years, several years. And then, that's how that
10
came
years
to be.
now, right?
From ADAPT on 2015, June or July, one of those 2 months. And now we're in September, actually November. It's going to be November soon, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be November of 2025. So it's been 10 years.
Amazing.
Yeah, amazing. So that's how Scott and I met from the gym, and that's how we decided to open up Adapt. And here we are at a second location of Adapt, the expansion location. And now we've grown from, I think it was 6,000 square feet. Now we're at 60,000 square feet.
Yep. And
it caters to small group training. It's got personal training, some great, phenomenal trainers that we have here. That usually is the culture as well. And as far as, we have classes, open gym. Let me give you a spiel here. We have basketball courts, volleyball courts, personal training. I've already mentioned that. So we have physical therapy. We have chiropractors. We have a barbershop in here.
That's right.
Yoga, jiu-jitsu,
Pilates.
kickboxing, Pilates. Capoeira as well. Because, Lude, I can go on and on. But, that's pretty much what we've grown. We've never thought it to be like that. What was the turning and pivotal point for us was we had just moved in here, broke ground in 2019. We opened up in 2020 to the new location, and then COVID hit. So what happens?
3
We shut
months
down the
after,
gym.
right?
Yeah. So shut down by COVID. But guess what? The mandate or the policy was kids can do recreational sports so as long as they're running with their mask on. Go figure that one out, right? But you can't go to the gym. Okay, no problem. So our basketball courts, we had a small basketball court, 66 by 32, was full. All the schools are shut down, but schools and recreational sports were calling on us to rent that basketball court all day.
All the public grounds
7 to 8 in the morning till like 9 o'clock.
We're a private business, so we were able to keep open.
Dude, and
to some capacity.
Now at this point we only have about 12,000 square feet. Landlord, the best landlord on the planet, right? So we have Bobby Finbar, the best, coolest landlord on the planet. They gave us first rights to get the other side. This is the old Channel 2 building where they filmed Flipper. They had the indoor pool, Sesame Street, some sections of Sesame Street, and Que Pasa USA. Okay? So basically when they gave us that, we saw the basketball courts. We're like, dude.
Yeah. We were renting them out like hotcakes.
This is no-brainer. So let's put that side into basketball court volleyball, and that's how that came.
And we laid those courts out in like literally a span of a day or something.
4 days.
Like that, right?
4 days. Clock in.
Hurry up!
Clock
We got
out.
rentals.
There were planks. I think the planks were like 2 inches by 2 feet. No, 2 inches by 12 inches. I'm sorry, 2 inches by 12 inches, and it was, I don't know how many pallets we had. We must have had 20 pallets of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And everybody that just pitched in, and pizza was included, and whatever hydration we can give, a couple beers. But that's how that came to be. But the main thing for Adapt and what's kept us, and one of the things that it's undeniable is the CrossFit community, dude. It's so difficult to have that community and other genres of training. It's so difficult to kind of replicate that. It's just something about that. And so the culture of Adapt, we've kind of like, that's what we've adopted here. Like I said, it's really difficult to replicate, but most of the aspects that we have, and it's the culture, and it's because of you guys and everyone else here in the Adapt team, is what separates us from everybody else. Like everyone knows everybody's first name, and we wanted that. We wanted to know that we don't have this competing edge like other trainers do in other departments or other gyms, exclusive from the gyms that we had previously, where people were just cliquey and alliances, and we don't have that here.
No.
We definitely don't have that here. You literally weed yourself out real quick when that starts to occur, it's a beautiful thing. But that's pretty much kind of like, I hate to say sum it up, but that's how Adapt came to be.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm sure you can go on and on and on of the small details of it. That was a pretty abridged version. I
was.
No, I can tell you.
There's a lot of things in between that timeline.
Yeah.
Scoob, obviously this episode's being released now in November, and obviously around this time of the year, we take the time to reflect and really, show gratitude or reflect on things that we are grateful for. What are something? Obviously, you've had tremendous growth. You've are, by my accounts, very successful. But what are some things that you are grateful for, and what are you looking forward to in this month?
Man, I'm looking forward to, again, growth, just personal growth.
You just had a child. You just had a baby.
Hey, she just turned 18 months.
Well, not
So you're
just.
gonna have-
Not just.
Well,
but-
I mean,
yeah.
last Tuesday just turned 18
Okay.
months.
Very
So
good.
that's 7
Congrats.
days ago, whatever.
Yeah.
No, we were
Happy belated.
Thursday. So even if you're old like me, 50 years old, you can still crank them out. You know what I'm saying? You can still crank them out. It's never too late. It's never too late. So one thing I will add to that is it's a young man's game. It's a young man's game, this whole having a baby thing. It's a young man's game, bro. Keeping on your toes is an understatement. But yeah, man, I'm loving that, to be, and it's something, my affirmations in the morning is, father, husband, and a leader. Those are the things I repeat myself in the morning and several times a day. And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for my wife. I'm thankful, I have the best fucking business partner. He does all the fucking, all that background operation work when I'm just like, okay, cool, man. Yes or nay.
Yeah.
He shows me the palettes and I go, okay, I like that color right there. Let's go.
I'm glad you said that. So what is it that you're currently doing at Adapt? And like I know what so
without giving too much.
Yeah. So like obviously Scott handles a lot of those back operational stuff. You still train, but what is it? What's your role here, aside from obviously the boss?
Man, and that word, oh man, I don't like to use it too much, but I like to support.
Okay.
I am support for whatever anything needs. That's how I see it. I see it as support to this
He's the
day.
boots on the ground, man.
To say, hey, I'm giving somebody a tour, or I'm telling them where the restrooms are. Oh, you work here? To this day, I'll be like, yeah, man, I'm one of the trainers here.
That's how you know he's a coach. True.
I literally and I keep it like that. Keeps me humble. It comes natural, But yeah, pretty much I want to call it support.
Okay. And in terms of Adapt, can we get insight into like goals, like aspirations, like what's?
Yeah, I'd like to know where.
Because you've always had a good vision for
very good vision. I
for
want to know
where the fitness industry is going.
Absolutely.
And, like what do you see? Maybe yourself, Adapt, and where the fitness industry is in like 5 to 10 years from now.
Perfect.
I don't want to go too far ahead into the future because that's a whole
I feel
separate
that's
tangent.
I think it's going in two different directions. I think you have your small boutiques, right? Which is 3-4 private group training. That's what it's going to be, personal training.
Take notes.
And even some of that, like I said, small group training or even private or semi-private group. That's where that's going. That's one route, and it's sustainable. You can have multiple places, and you can live off of that, and the family can eat off of that, and you can create some good jobs. The other way, it's going to be, and we started this back, like I told you, back in 2015, where you come to a particular gym and you can offer as many amenities as possible, meaning where you have cold plunge, that's,
One-stop shop.
One-stop shop.
Yeah.
I just mentioned a few of the things that we offer with the barbershop and stuff. We want you to be here and just like, okay, I'm gonna create a whole entire day here.
Yep.
I'm gonna work out. We have a workspace upstairs. We have work suites as well. So if you want your own office, you can come work out, take a shower, go back to work, or vice versa. So I think that's where the bigger gyms and things of that nature are going. And then you'll always have your global gyms or your regular bodybuilding gyms, for lack of a better term. You always have those that are really, really beautiful, and they just want to be able to shine and be bougie, ritzy.
Oh yeah.
I think that's where this is going to. That is sustainable, and the more value you bring, people are willing to pay $300, $400, $500, $1,000 a month to have those amenities and give that value. I think those are the two
Absolutely.
routes that you're going to be able to find. I mean, you can see them with the big name guys, the Lifetime Fitness and things of that nature.
Yep.
And then you have, I forgot his Virtuosity. I can't remember the names right now. I'm pretty good at that sometimes. But that's the route that this gym or this industry is going.
Yeah, supply and demand, man.
You'll have those other little ones that are you could be sustainable, but I think you have like one-stop shop. I'm going to do everything here. I really think that you could even go and rent your vehicle if you want to. I think it can go into like, what else can you offer at a gym? What else can you offer at a at a corporate office. It's literally what you have to start thinking about.
Yeah.
I think you nailed it on the head. Is things that provide community for people, right? Because that's the name of the game. Like you're starting to see all these experiences. You got the coffee and chill, right? You have puppies and chill. You have like all these events that incorporate all these different services and provide community.
Yeah, that's
for
huge for
community
for
people that are looking for that fun, that motivated, that united kind of environment.
So
right? Because it needs to be fun.
There's a direct
right?
link to longevity and community.
100%. That's the separation between like those big gyms where you start to lose the community. They asked me a question. What is the hardest thing to keep while you're scaling or expanding is the community. You lose the community when you start to get a little bit too big, and that's probably the biggest challenge right now. Is to try to keep the community. Now, I mentioned what the amenities are, but when you start getting really into an internal part of Adapt, it's all about the community. We literally have a whole entire team that caters to the community. And if it's you're not part of the team, everyone else on the other leadership is contributing to that community, because that's basically what it boils down to.
Yeah, we're hoping this show becomes a integral part of the community, that they feel that they can
1,000%.
get us when they're not here.
Well, and then they're able to ask us questions in the moment, and we can bring that to them. So let's segue. Let's kind of like start recapping the show, and
Awesome.
Obviously we have the hot tips.
Oh yeah, hot tips.
So
is that gonna be the jingle?
Okay. So
We're
that's
working on
stay tuned. It's coming. It's coming. We
turn down. Stop doing that.
So Jay, what's your hot tip for?
All right,
episode?
my hot tip. I don't want to sound too cliche. It's going to be about sleep, but more so, I feel and I believe that when people say they either get good sleep or bad sleep, prepping yourself 15 minutes before you go to bed shouldn't be overlooked. You shouldn't feel that you are going to just do whatever you're going to do in the evening, watch TV, do chores, go through lists, deal with the kids, and then think automatically that you're going to be able to
turn it off.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying you need 8 hours. I'm saying whatever sleep you are going to get. Obviously, if you're not falling asleep, rocking the baby, this is a separate instance altogether. It's just to give yourself a little time before you go to sleep. Turn the lights down, turn the TV off, maybe get into a book, and that might help you get into a little bit better of sleep. So if you're one of these people that doesn't sleep well, kind of look at it like a workout, where you wouldn't jump into a workout without warming up. So if sleep is so important into recovery, let's just kind of pay a little bit of attention to the 15 minutes leading up to that. See what you can do to kind of get off your device and get into a better mind frame.
Don't drink a gallon of water before you go to bed.
Yeah,
obviously you're gonna get up. And
it's gonna wake. Absolutely,
don't
do that. If you're thirsty, maybe just swish a little water around in the mouth. But yeah, you don't want to load up on water before you go to bed.
Okay.
Yourself? How about what hot tips coming from you?
Man, I was thinking about this, and I'm like, the other day I was with a client, and she was kind of like telling me how she's kind of in a funk, and then that weekend goes by, and she comes in that next week, and I see her with a little bit of pep into her step, and I'm like, and I noticed, I was like, oh, you got new ons, you got she had new kind of like gym attire, and she killed it in that workout, So it's like, you look good, you feel good, you work out well, right? Sometimes like that helps in keeping that discipline, that motivation, right? So, maybe think about that gym wear. Maybe it's time to update, and this is a perfect plug, right? We do have a partnership with gym attire company, LSKD. And so if you're looking for some really good, most of our Adapt gear is brought to you by LSKD. If you're looking for some quality stuff, that's your go-to. That should be your go-to, especially with the fact that we have a code ADAPTCrew20, and that'll give you 20% off at your checkout.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, that's
sweet.
I didn't know that.
So
that's good.
What's that?
What's that code again? Give them that code again.
ADAPTCrew20.
Nice.
Beautiful.
That's it. All uppercase.
Oh, that's good.
20% at checkout.
Yeah, learn something new every day.
Yeah.
You dress like a pro and you'll perform.
That's right.
Like a
Beautiful.
pro.
Scoob?
George, any hot tips?
Oh, hot tips. Man, I don't know. So many. But one, I tell you what, one that's kind of like currently happening, or it ties to something that's currently happening is, as you start to get into like the golden years, or not the golden years, but the later years. I think that if you're thinking about doing something, whatever that might be, and that might also sound cliche, whatever that might be, if you're going to move on getting out of your job or going to a new job or training or starting your nutrition, whatever that is, just do it. Just do it. Just whatever you have in mind, just go and do it.
Commit.
Don't think about it. Have a small plan, because half the times you're trying to figure it out anyways. I'm trying to figure this damn adapting out, and we're 10 years in, dude. You know what I'm saying? So
You're adapting.
Yeah,
You're still adapting.
So, and it just whatever you need to do, just do it, dude, because you're running out of time. I think, and I don't know if this is dark or not, I don't really give a shit. It's going to be, we used to celebrate birthdays. Now I'm counting down, how many birthdays do I have left? And then that opens up, that clicks in your head. You're like, holy smokes.
Yep.
Now I'm going to just go do this. I'm not going to wait till tomorrow. I'm going to go do this today.
Make it count.
I'm going to do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to do,
Stop waiting.
Yeah.
We literally have it on our wall, right? It's day one or
1 day.
1 day.
1 day or day one.
Yep. Yeah. So whatever you have in mind, just do it. If people are thinking about it, hey, I don't know what I should do. I got to do this. I got to ask for money to open this up or do that. Just do it. Try to ask. If you can't get the money, you don't know, because you got to go ask for it.
Yeah.
Whether it's a bank or you have a lot of people that got a lot of money and they want to invest it in whatever product you want to do. Or if you want to start going to the gym, like I don't remember where I heard this once, where it was like you go to the gym, and it was so funny. You go to the gym, you look at the mirror, you look at the dumbbells, and you walk away. You didn't do shit that first day. Second day, you go to the gym, you kind of like just pick up a dumbbell, maybe just see, oh, this is pretty good, okay, oh, this is pretty, and then you put it down and you walk away.
Yep.
The third day, fourth day, you're seeing, you're going to probably do a set or two, and literally that's how it's going to start off. You're not going to have a clue how to start, because that's what most people are like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Yeah, most of the time, no one knows what the fuck they're doing anyways. And number three, it's going to be, if you are going to start something, and there's so many apps you can look at and see where you can start off, but just show up to the gym. The fact that you're driving there, that's gonna take you.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's I would do it.
All right, let's make sure everybody is aware of things that are happening around our facility. So we
the
have
announcements. The fun part for you locals that are with us and already know.
It is November, so we have Give Miami, and that happens November 20th. Give Miami is very important for us, and really a lot of nonprofits in the local South Florida, or really in Florida as a whole. Give Miami is one of the biggest events that we have for the ADAPT Foundation. We raise money, and all that money goes towards providing sponsorships for under-resourced youth. On that day, Scoob, if I recall right, the company Give Miami kind of matches whatever contributions, whatever donations, right, that you put forth on that day, right? Something along those lines?
They had something where they match up to, like, I think $5,000.
Okay.
I don't know if they're gonna, every year changes. I don't know if they're gonna have that this year, but either way,
it's an important day.
It's an important day, and it's also tied to the ADAPT Foundation.
Yeah.
That caters to under-resourced families and kids that we give scholarships to, where they can come and work out and do after-school programs.
Exactly. Basically, we provide all those services that a lot of you folks come in to adapt and benefit from. We provide that for kids in need, and so we have that. So be on the lookout for that. And the last thing, once again, Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and so we have our Turkey Bowl, our annual Turkey Bowl. On that day, obviously, our gym is closed, but we welcome anybody that's close by locally. We show up to Miami Shores Recreational Park, right? And that morning, usually about 8:30, 9 a.m., we host both a free fitness class, outdoor, kind of like boot camp style. We take it back to our old stomping grounds, Scoob's old stomping grounds, and we also do a flag football game. And once again, small nominal fee to play in the flag football game. All that goes into our ADAPT nonprofit or ADAPT Foundation. And so be on the lookout for that, and hope you guys can join us. That's pretty much it for this episode, right?
Yeah, that covers it all. Happy to have George on the show.
Thank you guys for having me.
Amazing.
Hope this thing came out okay.
No, for sure.
I think it did.
Yeah,
I love acapella.
Make sure, and if you have any questions that you can't walk up to George, myself, or Peter in the gym and ask personally, you could DM us, message us, give us a shout out. Make sure that you're hitting that like and subscribe button to Apple Podcasts, Spotify,
And YouTube.
Yep,
you can see us live.
That's right.
So
At the IG at Train Adapt.
that's right.
Shoot us a message from there. Let us
And
know
whatever topics you want to listen to and, have us talk about, we'll explore it.
any and all gym topics.
Sweet.
For sure.
Thanks for being with us today,
Thank you,
George.
guys. Thank
Stay
you, thank you.
tuned. Peace.
Thank you,
Pleasure.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, out.